Hello, my name is Afam H. It's my pleasure to bring you another edition of our breakfast show, Daybreak Niger. In today's package, we are continuing discussion on the trending issue of Governor Ihedioha's exit from PDP. In today's discussion, I have as my guest Professor Tony Oha. Professor Oha is a professor of onomastic science. Prof, you are welcome to our program.
Thank you very much, Pam.
Yeah, and I'm taking him through the trending issue of Ihedioha's exit from People's Democratic Party, a party he helped to midwife and has given so much in the last 26 years. Prof, can you make a prediction or a forecast of what Ihedioha's political future will look like here in Imo State?
Thank you very much, Afam. Ihedioha was faithful to PDP for several years. Under PDP, he was in the National Assembly and rose up to the rank of Deputy Speaker in the House of Reps. He came back and ran governorship. Unfortunately, he won and lost. But his problem is his inability to keep political mentees. He lacks what it takes to keep political mentees. The reason why he left, he was removed as governor of the state, and all the people elected at PDP left and went to APC. And they started telling one story or the other about his attitude, his behavior. So his mentees never learned his approach, and that's actually one of his albatrosses that is keeping him where he is. So exiting from PDP is not the issue. The issue is will he be able to look back and find out where he went wrong, where the rain began to beat him. That is the issue. So I see everything bleak unless he changes his approach in the political scenario.
Okay. So, you are saying that his political future will be colored by how he manages his political mentees. Otherwise, he will experience...
Absolutely. Because I recall somebody saying, I won't mention names, he said that even before he was ousted as the governor, that they came to him and told him what was going on. He asked them whether they knew anything, that he knows what is happening, that he's actually the one to determine what will happen. So when he eventually left, they were all looking at him, but we warned you, we told you. He hardly listens to people, and he's someone that believes so much in his personal aggrandizement. And that, as I said, is one of his albatrosses. As a political leader, you must learn to carry people along. You must learn to build people around you. You can't always be the king. There are princes that should be around the king that will grow to become kings with time. He failed to do that.
Okay, reports indicate that left with hundreds of his supporters, including political party bigwigs, which includes senators, elders of the party, ministers, and the rank and file, including the state executive council members and the others. Now, some people believe that that is going to adversely affect PDP. Some, in fact, believe that PDP is dead. Do you think so?
People left with him not because he was leaving. They left because they were tired of the intrigues in PDP. The political intrigues in PDP were becoming annoying. How can one man called Wike determine everything happening in a party? They did not live with Ihedioha because they wanted Ihedioha to be always at the pillar. No, they left because they are not happy with the situation.
Yeah, Prof, if I have to comment at that point, if you think they didn't live with Ihedioha because of Ihedioha,
yes,
why did they not leave earlier? Why are they leaving when he has left?
The exodus presently in PDP came after the convention they had. The exodus came after that convention. So what happened there annoyed everybody. What about those who left without being under Ihedioha? What about those who left? Many people left not because they want to live with Ihedioha. Most of those, if you meet them, well, they will tell you this is Ihedioha's problem, and because of that, we cannot deal with him. They are annoyed with the party, not because they want to follow Ihedioha. That's the truth.
Okay. So it's time we'll get to know. Yeah, people, like you said, people live at one time or the other.
Sure.
And when living from one political party to another, there is this thing we say in local parlance. You know, people, if you are no longer holding power, you lose relevance. Let us look at it this way. Ihedioha is not holding any political position. As long as he's been out of power and he left now, lots of people followed him. Do you still think he doesn't have any political relevance?
Most people.
Or how would you
the issue is most people that left did not leave because Ihedioha was leaving. Most of them weren't happy with Nnemeka, with Sam Daddy.
Okay.
They're not happy with Nnemeka, what he was doing. They felt that this man was trying to lord himself when he was just a third line PDP.
No, who was trying to lord?
Sam Daddy.
Okay.
When did he join PDP? Remember, he was with Rochas. He was in the House of Assembly before he finished and decided to run under APC into Senate. He won. When he had problem, he went from APC and went back to PDP. He will be in control of power. Most people are not happy. Ihedioha as a person has been able to, make clearer marks in PDP as a one-party man. He has never shifted from one party to the other. That is one aspect of him that most of us like. Aspect we don't like is the way he manages people around him. He's not to want to be consistent with the party for many years. Most of the leaders we have today are political prostitutes. Emeka is not like that. I was the DG to somebody that ran under APC for House of Rep. The governor, one or the other, did what he did and brought in somebody called CDB Williams to run. CDB Williams doesn't have the clout, doesn't have the followership. Most people wanted this, my friend, to go in. Suddenly, strangely, unexpectedly, the governor told them on the eve of the primaries that the person he wants to see CDB Williams and no other person. The man was angry. He became so angry that they even had press conference, condemned everything.
That's an imposition.
Yes, it was an imposition. It wasn't an election. So I told him, please go to another party. I didn't know he had already gotten ticket under NNPP because they thought Peter would go there. I said, no, let's go to Labour Party. He reluctantly agreed. I went as I was somebody. We brokered our way. We got him ticket for one federal constituency for Labour Party. He got it today. He's in the National Assembly. He's there. What am I trying to say? Political prostitution is a part of our politicians. They don't like to stay in one place because they want to get what they want. If it were Emeka will tell you, no, I remain in PDP. Please forget it. I failed, no problem, I'll keep on trying. No matter where they robbed me, fine, no problem. Emeka maintained such a stand till he became the governor of the state. I lost it because of his own carelessness.
Yeah, you see, this issue of Emeka not listening to the people, especially on the issue of the governorship, information also filtered that people were expecting him to do the wrong things. And he could not believe because he was sure of his victory that nobody can pull the rug under his feet. And when it happened, it became a surprise. That what people were actually asking him to do were things that maybe morally or something, he couldn't have thought about doing them. So how do you respond to that?
I wouldn't ever accept that because I have seen where Emeka did the wrong thing. One, when I went to Asaba to collect the ticket for my friend, they told us that Emeka had already told them that they should keep all tickets on the House of Rep for him that is coming to take over. That's what they told us. I had to tell the man, said, Emeka called your opponent to say, yes, please, this shouldn't be. We are here now. Give us the ticket. It took time before we were able to convince Abure to give us the
okay, in Labour Party?
Yes. Labour Party, yes.
And that he was going to...
They said Ihedioha had already bought up the whole position. He even blocked, what is his name, this comedian. Yeah. They couldn't give, comedian, Oguago tried. He sent somebody, her name is Rede, to get the space for BK. Yeah. Unfortunately, they said, sorry, we can't give it to you. He tried and it was later. He got it after almost when it was almost over. So if you tell me
but what happened? Ihedioha didn't go to the Labour Party after all.
He didn't go, but he wanted to use that one as a second option to work out his governorship dream. That if this book could be planted there and they win, invariably when he's coming in as a governor under the party, something good will happen. But he lost it. I'm telling you what happened. I'm telling you practical life experience. I'm not telling you what somebody told me. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, let's talk about, you mentioned the role of Wike in PDP. I want you to situate the role of Wike in PDP. So there's so much trumpeted practice of democratic principles. Wike, at a point, when PDP lost power at the center, became relevant. They said he helped to salvage PDP from collapse. And he has amassed so much power, so much influence, that today he calls the shot. Remember his case with the G5 governors. And he has moved on to now dictate what happens in the party. And nobody is querying him. And nobody, it appears, has any power over him. Nobody can discipline him. He's in APC as a minister. He's in PDP. And, controlling the party. Now, when people talk about democracy, how do you situate that? What is happening in the parties? Wike may not be the only person in default of what I'm saying. There may be other areas, there may be other parties where people have dictated, controlled, managed whatever is happening singularly. Now, how do you reconcile this? You say
what I just talked about is what we could just describe as political jingoism.
Yeah,
yes, if I will put Nnamdi Azikiwe, okay, Arubike Okafor. Political jingoism is a system whereby you manipulate the political system through various possible means at your disposal. That's political jingoism. Wike is using it. He is very close to the president, who is APC. For you to be FCT minister, you must be close to the power that be. And he was also being used as a tool to destabilize PDP, which he is doing conveniently well, and he's being settled for that.
So why is PDP not able to discipline him, to take action against him and push him away?
PDP cannot discipline him because they are already biased. There are so many of them that are under his payroll. Even the powers that be within PDP that would have said, okay, fine, let's remove Wike. They can't even speak out because he's already pocketed them. He's already pocketed them.
So what does that signpost for PDP?
Honestly, PDP might go into extinction within a short time if care is not taken. Might go into extinction. And I heard there are plans for a new party that will be merged.
Okay. Under which group? Which people are?
That new party will be coming under PDP, Labour Party, and some others coming together. I even heard the NMPP is also there. There are, I'm talking to you now, there are closed door meetings going on.
The
coalition of parties to be able to, unseat APC. It's going on seriously. Even some APCs are also there in the but it's a secret indoor.
Okay, until then, let us see how it goes out.
It will not be too long because we already in a quagmire. It will be long.
Okay, not quite long. Ihedioha paid a visit to the Abia State Governor, Governor, and it attracted kind of negative reaction from the political opponents. But eventually, Labour Party appeared to have dispelled that kind of opinion and given an indication that Ihedioha is welcome in the party. And if that happens, if eventually Ihedioha moves to Labour Party and chooses to actualize his governorship ambition, now, do you think he can fit in very well, bearing in mind that before he gets there, there were already people, who are also nursing similar ambition. Atan Achono ran for the same position, and the number of governorship aspirants that emerged from Labour Party. Do you think he's going to have a safe ride in that place?
As a member of ABGA, some 8 years ago, there were over 15 credible aspirants. Their credibility were second to none. Technocrats, professionals came out from ABGA. Suddenly, somebody came from somewhere and emerged. And the person left APC to join ABGA. I know I'm making this reference because I'm coming to answer your question. What happened? The management of ABGA said they didn't have the money to backroll the governorship candidate. They asked all of them, including my friend Uche Onyagocha. They said, please, we need about $1 billion to backroll this election. Which of you can offer it? I said, how can you talk about $1 billion to backroll it? Let's use our money the way we can do it. The other one said, I said, I can do it. I have $1 billion to pay to the party and also backroll it myself. They gave it to him. Problem came into ABGA. They split it into two, and ABGA and the real ABGA, Wahala here and there. Uche got out of anger. The office we rented at Owerri West for ABGA. He rented that office. He paid for it. He came and drove us out of that place. It was his money using renting it. Now we should get out of that place. He took some boys and drove us out of that place. And he was angry with ABGA and all the rest of. What am I trying to say? I think Mission Director was in Asaba. Yes. And that we are told that the Emeka was already blocking test in Labour Party. He's interested in Labour Party for long. Tomorrow you say Prof said it here in the studio. He has been eyeing Labour Party as the next party he will go into. He's having discussions. When he went to see OT, OT told him, according to what I heard from an intel, OT told him, look, you're welcome. But in your state, there are leaders of the party. Start from there. Who is the leader of Labour in Imo State now? Is the senator from Owerri senatorial zone. Yeah. They're followed by the person in the House of Rep. I will meet. Then meet them. Have a meeting with them. Achono is just a candidate. He never won the election. So meet this people, meet Achono. Emeka has pride. Emeka is the kind of person that when you're coming to his house, if he looks at the brain, he'll tell you to go out of the house. It doesn't, in fact, it has no room for mediocres. Emeka has no room for people of low standards. If you come and say, who are you? Please, leave this place. He will tell you that. He cannot accommodate what he doesn't like. That's what the problem he has with his mentees. So, meeting OT is a way of telling the people here, look, I want to start at the top. It doesn't work like that. OT is a governor, he's making his marks. Extraordinarily.
Okay, let me the analysis you gave, what happened in ABGA. You sounded like equating Ihedioha with the same status as Ararume, as a money bag. Do you think he really commands that?
That wasn't the reference I'm trying to make. I'm trying to tell that in party there are intrigues. Okay. Anything can happen. You can just walk in, get the money, do whatever. Parties, they need money. Do you know that on the eve of ABGA primaries, the death of ABGA, because of people in his house, they were sharing money.
Which election? This last election?
During the time that Ararume emerged.
Okay, that's 2019 election.
That's 2019 election. Did you know that? Not 2019, 2015.
When Ararume emerged, governorship candidate
Yes,
for Abga.
Abga.
When he snatched what is 2019? It was the same year Emeka won the election. Aralume came third.
Okay, fine. You are right. So what happened was, in fact, the truth is that every company need money. Emeka may not have the money, but Emeka may have the sponsors. Try to understand what I'm saying. He may not have the money, but he may have the sponsors who trust him and who wants to work with him. Sabdadi's approach in the party has not been pleasant to many people. As I'm talking to you, PDP has more than 2 factions.
Right now.
Before Emeka left with his group. There is Sabdadi group and there's some other groups too. So, the issue is this. Emeka has sponsors, even if he may not have. He's not as rich as he used to be. He was rich. But now, he has sponsors and he's ready to go. Anywhere he go, they follow him. He might go to Labour or anywhere to go and play the political blah blah blah, and he might have his way. But one thing is certain. Also know that Emeka and Oti are all arrow. Both of them are arrow. Emeka is an arrow man. Oti is an arrow man.
Okay, you're playing the ethnic game now.
No, it's not ethnic. It's not ethnic. They have that link.
Okay.
So let's leave the political thing. Maybe he said he's arrow brother. You're from Aaron. You're from Aaron BC. Aaron Ta. Are you with me? Yeah. And what about the Arab people that wherever they stay, they like to make money? Let me tell you something. Emeka would have been the best governor Igbo would have had. And maybe said I'm saying this. Emeka came in with the little resources he was working. Making things happen.
Yeah. In 7 months.
And those things he started there that would have been completed now are still hanging. Okay, we agree that the governor has done all the road. We agree that he has done, but all these roads are federal roads. And the promise was that they would return the money back to the state. That's the promise. Yeah, what about the main road, the Trombi roads? How many of them are in order?
All those ramp roads. Emeka started so many roads.
So many.
The rural roads are.
They're still there. I belong to a party, but I'm not biased when it comes to development. No, I have to say the truth as it is.
Okay, so how do you think Ihedioha's exit will affect the political landscape in Imo State?
Emeka's problem, like I told you, is his personality, his approach to people, his relationship. And there are some things I cannot say here. But I know that right in his place at Aronta, he doesn't have freedom. He took their lands. Yes, he took their lands. Send them elsewhere and other things. I'm not going far.
Like making an allegation.
Wait. Sam Onwe is from Aronta.
I mean what you're saying. Is this something you can prove? Assuming you are taking on it.
Not a matter of asking me to prove it. You can go there as a investigative journalist to find out this and totally is there. He expanded his place. He put electricity that can only be put on when he's around. Whenever he's going, they put it off. Go there, make inquiry. I'm not just saying what cannot be proven. If he comes in now to Aronta, they own that light. Immediately he leaves, they put it off.
You mean at Mbise?
At Mbise. So they even went to him and asked him, "Why are you doing this?" He said, "Because how will you know when I'm around and when I'm off? When I come in, you know that I'm back. When I'm off, you know that I'm off." And they left. So
okay, so you
those are some of the things they hold against him.
No, you really have not gotten to my answer to the question.
Okay.
I said the Imo State. How will the political landscape be shaped now with the movement? Now his movement, assuming he moves to APC, assuming he moves to Labour Party, everything is for now appears speculative.
Anywhere he goes, yes, he wouldn't be able to make the impact he made when he was in PDP. Quote me. No matter what political party Emeka goes today, wouldn't make that same impact he made when he was in PDP. It will take the grace of God. PDP as a party shaped him, made him. He had large followership built up with years. Now you go to another party, they followed you. Do you know their interest?
Okay, the present leadership in PDP, recently in a statement, in a manner of kind of a good riddance to bad rubbish, said the PDP will get stronger, bigger, and better now that there is mass exodus of people from the environment. So, how do you see that?
That just a mere political joker. Because there are people that make the party. And when those people are not in the party becomes shaky. And that is the situation in PDP presently. The party is shaky. Imagine in Owerri Federal Constituency, Ihedioha was in the house. As a PDP member, he lost. Labour Party man went there. He joined APC. He's made a commissioner. These people, what it came among that the voices were having PDP. Ihedioha is just he's just being shy. He didn't know how to leave, but just, like he was stuck there. Which had been one of the biggest political prostitutes we have. I moved from APC down to APGA, down to PDP. He's not thinking with himself, where should I go now? APC again? Or where again? So he just, or you know what to wait. As far as Ihedioha is concerned, he is stuck. I couldn't have followed Emeka because they don't always agree. Couldn't have left PDP because of Emeka. And most people I know that Ihedioha got chance come, they never left.
Okay, that's very interesting. And one of the issues held against Emeka for living, is introducers of those who attack his movement, say he jumped ship just to escape the hammer falling on him because of the charge of anti-party activities, which investigation found him guilty. And that he just left so that he will not be trapped. And do you agree with such opinions?
I don't think so. Emeka left when the ovation was loud. Because he became almost irrelevant in PDP. He was almost, in fact, Sam Daddy made him irrelevant. Sam Daddy, the national secretary, contested the election as the national secretary, failed the election and is still the national secretary. What are you talking about? It's a quack my Emeka, and they don't agree.
So it will look like the crisis in PDP is precipitated by the PDP leadership and the national.
Sure.
So, and that boils down to what you said earlier on, that Mike is being used as a tool to destroy the party.
Perfect.
Using he has both legs.
Exactly.
Okay, what more do you need to talk about this issue, because we have come to the end of the program?
Well, we have an idea that says that an old woman never learned her dance step in old age. Whatever the old woman was doing in old age, or is doing in old age, or the kind of dance step the old man was dancing in old age, was a result of what he learned or she learned when she was young. Whatever you see happening around Emeka is what Emeka has been. Emeka has no room to accommodate people that are not within his standard. He's too proud. From his story, they will tell you the story. Politically, they will tell you his story. He will come to an occasion, he wouldn't want to sit with any happy, he will sit with those he feel that are within the rank and file he is. And in politics, you need the people, you need the crowd. You need that this significant person can advise you and lead you aright.
Yeah, but we know Emeka as a crowd puller anywhere he goes. So could it be that the rank and file do not know this aspect of him and are following him?
The rank and file may not easily dictate that aspect of him because they belong to the same rank and file. But those are within the rank and file. For example, if I go to that place, I'm just somebody, within the middle class. I'm not have so much money to expend. And if I go there around him, I'm not be drinking Glepidi 21 years. Maybe I might be drinking Jameson, which I could afford. Then, if Emeka sees me there where I could not afford that, he will not give me a thing. If you greet, he will snub you. He has this snobbish attitude. He will snub you.
Okay, this is where we come to the end of the program. Viewers, this is the much we can take. Professor has analyzed the issue, and he told us that Emeka's problem is his inability to manage his mentees, and said he cannot make more impact than he made when he was in the PDP. He also let us know that he is leaving when the ovation is loudest. And we also got to know that the problem in PDP is created by PDP itself. And according to his forecast, it will not be long. We might see the end of PDP. On that note, we round off the program. And please remember to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube platform. My name again is Afam. Prof, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Afam.